Just be honest with me. I don't want to hear the excuses because it's already said and done. I'm gonna take my stuff and just go about my business. I just want to know why. What made you really?
Why are you leaving,
We.
though?
What do you mean? What I'm leaving for?
I told you I didn't mean like it. It wasn't supposed to go like that.
What you mean it wasn't supposed to go like that? You opened your legs for another man. We've been in a relationship for like how much years? 4 or 5 years?
No, I told you I was ovulating and I was getting close to my period, and you like are never around. You're always working.
You were ovulating, so you were getting close to your period, so you go other man? Are you crazy? That's even worse.
No, baby, you don't understand a woman's body. Like I have needs.
Okay, you have needs, so your ovulation makes you want to go cheat on me. How much times have you ovulated and cheated on me? Let me know.
Only
Because
once.
only once?
Yeah.
Oh, how can I believe that? Armani, you
When
tell me
you
a lot.
caught it in my phone, I didn't lie.
Okay, if I didn't catch it, would you have told me?
Yes.
Stop lying to me.
I'm not.
And your excuses is poor. That's exactly why I'm leaving.
No, you're not.
You being on your period or ovulating don't mean go cheat.
I know.
So that means when you're on your period and I can't do nothing with you, that means I could go cheat too, right?
No.
Right?
No.
Tell us the truth! All right, what's good, YouTube? It's your man, Book of AlphaRonomy, a.k.a. Doc BOA. Yep, I got time today. When you think about the damage that's done to you psychologically and emotionally, when you trust a woman, only to find out that she's untrustworthy, you realize that women are the creators of the majority of trauma and drama that men experience in life. And it takes something very traumatic in a woman's life for her to not be the typical woman. You understand? Either she has to be raised from birth to be a certain way with living examples of that lifestyle to pattern herself after. So a woman can't have a mother who lives like, like a wild child and then turns around and try to tell her, do as I say, not as I do. That's not how women learn. Women don't learn like that. Women don't learn from watching other people's mistake. A woman has to be shown something that she's being taught in order for her to do it. That's why women do so well with education, with formal education, because they're being told something that they're being shown at the same time. Otherwise, they can't do it. So, man, this is Bella Barcode, and she's the mastermind behind the multi-million-dollar diamond scheme. In other words, she's a thief, and a glorified thief at that. Black folks tend to glorify anything that's done by other black folk, no matter how foul or wicked it is, man. It just seems that black Americans are like that. But I want y'all to understand something. She has gone through some very traumatic experiences as well. And in this interview, she states that she would never cheat on her husband or significant other because growing up, she saw her honorable military dad who took great care of his family and loved his wife and provided for her a lifestyle that you wouldn't even think a man in the military could provide, but he doted over his wife, man. He loved her up and down, loved everything about her, and she cheated on him anyway, and he shot her in the back. So let's hear her talk about this, man, and I'll see how it affected her. And we'll also look at some of the comments that we saw on this post, and we'll come back and chop it up about those as well, man. But let's take a look.
My father shot my mom in the back for infidelity. So from that day forward, I vowed that I would never cheat on my partner.
Yo,
That's deep. That's deep.
He could have killed my mom,
Right.
Yeah.
But
he was enraged. He's like, I do all this for my mom. When I tell you her closet used to be crazy. My mom, her designer was crazy. My daddy took care of her. So for him.
Now look at these comments, man. Yeah, my aunt cheated on my uncle. She ended up at a Michael Jackson concert with Tupac. And so when you think about it, man, then you see somebody say he shot your mom and this was your takeaway from that. This should be her takeaway from that. What do you mean? See, we live in such a wicked world that people don't understand biblically that, man, you gotta live a certain life, bro. Like we're required to live honorable lives, and an adulterer and the adulteress that he cheated with, they should both be taken out. They should both be stoned, man. And that's the world that's how the world used to be. But now everything is everything. Everybody can just do what they want to do. 5 senses rule everything. You see someone else say, I need somebody with this type of trauma. And you see somebody right here saying, shooting a woman because she cheated, shaking my head. Like these dudes, man, they just like, it's like, man, do you not hear that this man did everything he was supposed to do? A crime of passion is real. People always talk when they're outside of that passion. But that's why I tell you, men, not to get emotionally attached to a woman, bro, because this is the type of power that she has over you. Let's look at a few more comments.
To find out about infidelity, I mean,
Yeah.
and my dad was in the Navy. He's in the Army.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it was
he's
just
the
probably
Army
one of
vet.
those situations where
Yeah.
she just needed some.
All right, so let's look at these. You see somebody saying no woman is going to cheat if she's being treated right. All that material don't mean anything. Bro, let me tell you something. The men who treat women right, they dog them out from day one. There's no such thing as a woman being treated right because we've already shown that women always want more. You can't treat a woman right. She gets bored with being treated right and she wants more. And then you give her more and she's excited and then she's bored again. And then you give her more and she's excited. Man, it's a never ending cycle, bro. Ain't no woman worth going through that for. I want y'all to understand, man. And that was another comment, man, that I thought I got, but I didn't. Where someone said, yeah, people need God. Well, God says this is how this should be handled. And matter of fact, it should be handled in a worse way. The people shouldn't be able to live to talk about it. So a woman who commits adultery on her husband and the man who committed adultery with that woman are both wicked. They're very wicked. And the reality is we live in a world where this wickedness is allowed. This wickedness is okay. Everybody's okay with it. Nobody thinks it's a bad thing. Everybody thinks, hey, you should just let it go. Hey, man, nothing's worth crashing out over. Yes, I agree. Nothing's worth crashing out over, but you shouldn't have to crash out over your wife. You shouldn't have to crash out over your woman. You shouldn't have to do these things. But since you do, I tell you, man, just avoid that shit. Avoid that commitment. Avoid that legal marriage, man. Avoid all of that. And I guarantee you, her mom was not a virgin when this took place. I'm telling you, man. Now, also, I will say this. If you're a man that's in the military, don't get no wife unless she gonna travel with you and live where you live. You can't take a wife and then be gone for a year. The Bible tells you, when a man takes on a new wife, he shall not be charged to go to war. He shall not be charged with any business. He shall have 1 year to stay at home and cheer up his new wife. You got to understand, bro, that this God knows women. And if you followed the word of God, then we wouldn't have these issues. There wouldn't be no 304s that's out here getting a husband. There wouldn't be no women out here, man, with 7 babies. Talking about she looking for a man to help her with 3 of them. There will be none of this foolishness out here. And every woman will have the experience that she has. But if society was built in a way where a woman was punished for her behavior, then women would look at that and say, I might as well stay away from that. I got to stay away from that. I don't want that punishment. But you leave women to their own devices and let them do whatever they want to do with no consequences and repercussions, and they will do everything. There's nothing that a woman won't try, attempt, or try to enjoy if there are no consequences and repercussions. And it's a shame that, like someone said in the comment, and it sounded like a joke, but he wasn't joking. That's what men want. Men want a woman who's going to be loyal. And the fact that a woman has to go through something like this just proves that when you take the spiritual aspect out of society, you take the godliness out, the rules are gone. Rules need to be in place. Because there are certain groups of people who are too wild to leave without rules. And modern women are that group. And the sons they raise. Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to when I upload some more of this Prism of the Ism. And as always, Alpha's up, Beta's down. Peace.